Converting decimals to fractions review. Alright, so our essential question is how to convert decimals into fractions and fractions back into decimals. Okay? In order to do that, I want to go over the main idea here. It's really helpful if you already have something in a decimal, it's helpful to know your place values. So let's do a little review here. After the 0 and you have your decimal, remember the first spot is called your 10th, 100th, 1000th, 10,000th, and on. It goes like that. Okay, so you remember that from grade school, elementary school, they did teach you that information. So let's take a look at this example. Okay, we have 0.12. We would actually read that as the value ends at the hundredth spot. So this is 12 hundredths. I can write that as a fraction, 12 over 100. And then if I reduce it, I can divide both of those by 4 and get 3/25. Let's try a second example. I have 1.4. If you can actually read this correctly, this would be 1 and 4/10. So I could write 1 and 4 over 10. Take this fraction and divide both by 2 because I can reduce it, and I get 1 and 2/5. For this next idea, I could possibly create a whole different video just for this, but I'll do a little shortcut version of this. If I have this bar, which we've talked about before, it's a repeating. This is really 0.7777 and it keeps on going. What we can do, there's a little trick to this. Whatever number, the number of digits that repeat, can be divided by that many 9s underneath. Now again, there's a lesson on this, and I'm just taking a shortcut to give you this, but for right now, for what we need, this would be helpful for you. So 0.7, 7 is one digit that repeats, so my answer would be 7 over 9. Versus this one here, 0.123, and the 1, 2, and 3 all repeat, means it'd be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then I have 3 digits that repeat, so I'll go 1, 2, 3 over 999. Okay, so next we're going to talk about fractions to decimals. So if I have a fraction, I have a lot of students that make mistakes here. 1 over 4, 1/4. You can remember this as in and out. If you ever eaten in and out before, it might help you out. In and out. The number up top, the numerator, is what goes inside, and the denominator goes outside. So 1 over 4 is 1 divided by 4. 1 divided by 4. And so if we do that, we can do it the long way, right? I'm pretty sure you can do long division. If not, come see me and I can help you out with that. And if you go long division, you'll find out that your decimal will be 0.25. Okay, you can change any fraction into a decimal by doing that. Let's take a look at another example. In and out. 5 over 11. That means 5 is inside, 11 outside, and I do my dividing. On this example, as I did my problem out here, I started to notice there was a pattern. It went 4, 5, 4, 5. There's a pattern. So because there's a pattern, I can stop and I can say, hey, my answer here really is 0.45, and the 4 and 5 both repeat. So I can put a little bar over that. Here's another one. 2 1/3. Okay, so the 2 I know I'm going to hold off for just a second, but I need to change this part to a decimal. 1 over 3, right? 1 divided by 3. I find out that that's 0.333 and it keeps on going. The 3 repeats. So my final answer here would be 2, I have 2 whole numbers, and 3 repeating. Just like that. Last example I want to go over is what happens when I want to convert a mixed number to a decimal. So something like that. Well, you already kind of saw it, but another way would be I could pull this 1 out to the side, as you can see that's part of my answer, and only deal with the fraction. Or I can change it into a mixed number, an improper fraction from a mixed number, and then do that dividing. So 3 divided by 2, if you do it all out, you'll end up with 1.5. One other example, what happens when there's a negative in front? No big deal. Just put the negative to the side. Know that that will be part of your answer. Okay, you can even just put it to the side. And then deal with the actual fraction. Now this one I converted to an improper fraction. 1 times 3 plus 2 is 5 over 3. And I just take 5 divided by 3 and you do that. Okay. And then the shortcut would have been take this -1, you know that's already part of your answer, and just deal with only the 2/3. You'll find out that's 0.666666 goes on, so 6 repeating. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. Feel free to ask questions in class.